Hello, and welcome to part 17 of the Ultimate Decades Challenge. It is the year 1315, which means it is the start of the Great Famine. I've been waiting for this moment and dreading this moment since starting this challenge. I say waiting for it because, as I've mentioned previously, I did do one generation of Cosmic's version of the Ultimate Decades Challenge, and so I did play through the famine with the little bit of her challenge that I did. So when I started this challenge, even though I was having fun with it all the way up to this point, I was sort of also wanting to kind of get past the famine because I had already sort of played that with my other challenge at my first attempt. So that's what I mean by looking forward to it, but also dreading it because we have to do the rolls. So it does say in Morbid's version and in Cosmic's version, and also I've been adopting Plumbob's in the past's rules a little bit, not fully. Hers are very intense and I don't know if I could handle that, but I've been implementing rules from other people's versions of this, and all of them say to roll at the end, but I'm gonna roll at the beginning because I just want to but I would just like to try to, if there is any deaths, which I assume there will be at least one or two, if not more, I would just like to try to kind of have their deaths happen sort of just as part of the story, as it kind of works out, rather than just, especially if there's more than one death, instead of just having them kind of, all drop dead at once. I don't know. I just would like to try it this way. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to do the rolls on screen in just a moment. And I'm going to put a timestamp up on the screen so that if you do not want to see the death rolls and you would like to just be unpleasantly surprised as it happens, then you can skip ahead, and I will not mention, after I'm done doing the rolls, I will not mention who got a bad roll and who didn't, because I'll just sort of let it play out. But I am going to give you the option to know who's going to make it and who is not. The other thing that I just wanted to touch on quickly is that what I'm also going to do, though, is the travel risk rolls that Plumbob's in the past came up with, or that she has in her amended rules, but that starts in 1316 and goes through 1317. And I think in hers, if I remember, I watched it quite a while ago, but I think she even had some of the risks happening after 1317, because it's not like everything was just like magically back to normal after that. So I'm not sure if I'll do that or not, but I am going to do the risk rolls. But let's talk about the Great Famine for a second, very briefly, because I'm just going to literally read what it already says. So on Plumbob's in the Past's amended rules, it says, Remember how it was super wet in 1314? Unfortunately, that has contributed to the Great Famine. Nothing was able to really take last year, and very few are able to successfully plant. Since most people live on the edge of starvation at the best of times, this leads to cataclysmic chains of events, or a cataclysmic chain of events. So, the rules are, you cannot plant, garden, or harvest during this time, so say goodbye to your crops. You must sell all your animals, since you cannot feed them during this time, and food is scarce, so now you can only feed your Sims one meal a day. But your Sims can drink as much water as you'd like. I also, just to make it even harder, still have the deadly diseases in, because I said I was going to keep it in, probably have it in during the winter time, and then also during events like this, like famine or war or plague or whatever. So and that would just basically be if a Sim gets sick and they're not recovering on their own, then I would roll. That one's a little easier, so not too worried about that one. Watch that one wipe everybody out, though. And yeah, that is what I'm going to do. We are ready to do the rolls. We're gonna go ahead and roll. I will put a timestamp on the screen so that if you do not want to see the rolls and you want to just be unpleasantly surprised when the deaths happen, you can just skip past the rolls and you won't know. I won't bring it up afterwards until like it's happening. So yeah, go ahead and skip now if you don't want to see it. And let's go ahead and get started. So we are rolling a D8 and we need to avoid a 3 and a 7 because those mean that the sim dies of starvation. Any other number means they're good. So we're starting oldest to youngest, and this is for both our main household and also Sybil's household because we have a sim from our household living there, so I'm rolling for the whole household. Okay, we are starting with Ethel Fisher, who we met in the last couple of parts. So Ethel is fine. Excellent. And Lucian is fine. Athena is fine. Isolde God damn it. No. Okay. Sybil is fine. Lucia does not make it. Oh. And Sigrid makes it. I'm really happy. Sigrid is one of my favorites. Rose good. Rose is one of my other favorites. Okay, and Laura, she's fine. Okay, and Sophie. Ooh, Sophie doesn't make it. Okay, and Ursula. Okay, Ursula doesn't make it. Or no, Ursula does make it. Ursula does. And then Caspian, lastly, lives. Yes. Okay, we lost 3 of our 12 Sims. So Isolde, Lucia, and Sophie. I'm not going to bring that up again until, you know, it's happening. Because like I said, if anybody wants to skip, they can. But, oh. Okay, so it is about 2 p.m. And Lucian is very sick. It says 18 hours for illness, so I'm kind of okay, listen, Lucia. She's copying her sister. Sigrid was doing this before, like 2 parts ago. Okay. I actually need to roll for Lucian because I need to see if he's gonna survive illness or not. If he is, I'm just gonna take it away. And if not, we'll just, I guess, let it run its course. So the fatality of most of the illnesses that are in the deadly diseases mod are generally around like a 15 to 20% fatality rate for that time period. So I'm just using the infant roll because that's 20%. I'm like, that's fine. So he needs to avoid a 4, 12, 16, and 18 on a d20. So we're going to go ahead and do that. He doesn't make it. Okay, we're off to a great start. Okay, listen, Lucia. I love how they're just chatting with her standing up there, like she's actually looking up at her. Okay, Lucia, can you get down, please? They're playing rock, paper, scissors over there. I just want to check and see if anybody else is sick. Sigrid is sick. 17 hours. I'm going to go ahead and just so I know where everyone's at with that, because I don't know how long she's been sick. I think I'll go ahead and roll for her. I think everybody else is good. Okay, yeah, so just Sigrid is sick. 4, 12, 16, and 18 she needs to avoid. 15, she's fine. Just gonna go ahead and remove that so that she doesn't just randomly drop dead. Okay, so let's have, actually, could you come out here and repair this? And then how's our little horse doing? Excellent. She's doing excellent. Basil, you seem filthy. I'm gonna have him. He always goes and sleeps in the treehouse. Okay, Lucian, can you please bathe your dog? Aw, Sophie's playing marbles. Somebody needs to probably make our one meal of the day. It is getting to be evening time again with these dishes. Like, get them out of here, please. I'm actually gonna have her be the one that comes in. You need to clean those up. I don't want to. Okay. Let's see what we can make. We do need to get rid of our... Oh wait, no, we can't make anything there. We can... I think we're gonna have to use this. How much? Yeah, there's 7 left in there, so that's like a full thing. So that is our meal for the day, is this stew. So anyone who's hungry gets stew. I don't think anyone is hungry though. Caspian is a little bit hungry. Where is he? Oh, just making a mess out here. Hey Lucian, it's Tristan. Do you want to hang out tonight at Club Eternity? No. Should we have him come over though, and he could hang out with, should we have him come over and hang out with Isolde? I think that's a good idea. Wait, I can just have Lucian start this gathering. He needs to speak with Jonathan about the fact that things seem to be a little strange lately. They weren't able to plant their crops. They don't really know what's going on with that yet, but they're kind of worried about being able to feed their animals and themselves. Well, let's have Isolde come over here, and should we see if she can flirt with Tristan? Not that she probably shouldn't, but we're just gonna try. See how it goes. Like how Mark is just here as well. So, oh, okay, good. He's walking away. Does Basil like him? Well, Basil's just thinking about having to pee. I guess they're gonna sit at the bar. They're hiding in here. Okay, that went well. Why are we getting a call from Mark? Yo, no one else is going to be home tonight. Let's chill. So weird. Try for baby in treehouse. Oh my goodness. How about we hold hands? They have a little bit of a romance bar now. Oh no. Sophie contracted typhoid fever. But Rose and Sophie just became good friends. So that's fun. So I feel like the way I'm kind of going about this, because she's betrothed to Mark. Because, okay, in the story of Tristan and Isolde, like, Isolde is betrothed to Tristan's uncle Mark. That's where the similarities are. And he comes to get her, to take her to his uncle to be married to him. But along the journey, they end up taking a love potion and falling in love. And anyway, it's just sort of lightly inspired by that. I think I in my mind with these Sims is that Isolde is like, it's not that she's particularly like angry about being betrothed to Mark. Like, she does find him attractive, you know, and I don't think she has like any issue with him, but I think that she really likes Tristan. So in that sense, she's like not happy about being betrothed to Mark. That's what I think. Go, Caspian is in here. Oh my gosh. Isolde has a major crush on Tristan. Oh, she can declare her love publicly. My goodness. Reveal a deep secret. She's gonna tell him that she doesn't want to marry Mark. She's gonna come over here and sit with Jonathan very awkwardly for some reason. Oh, okay. Lovely. They're talking about grilled cheese and her horse. Oh, Lucian, you are exhausted, bud. I think you should just go to sleep. What did you queue up to? He was gonna go... Poor guy. He was gonna go out there and stare at the stack of firewood. Oh no, she's hysterical. Uh-oh. No, don't go play in the trash. Why are you hysterical? Feeling play... Oh, from her goofball trait? Oh, hello. Okay. I know that when people play Ultimate Decades, because you're tracking years and stuff, that people will track like, oh, she's, you know, 13 or 14 or 15 or ages. Okay. I just don't. Because it's because it's Sims, I just like kind of view it as just like, I still view it as like, okay, the teen is the teen age. It's not like she's 13, 14, 15, 16. Like, I just don't keep track of it like that. So for me, I think of her, she's just a teen. Until she's a young adult, she's just a teen, not a specific teen age, if that makes sense. I don't know, because I was just having them do this, but also I'm realizing like she aged up in like not the last part, but the part before. So just wanted to clarify that. It's a terrible idea, because we're like, the famine is starting. What happens if she gets pregnant? I say as if it was not my idea. Oh, it's May Day. Okay, I'm gonna have her come over here and collect the eggs and clean this. And then I think we will just go ahead and sell the chickens, because I think they've kind of realized that since they haven't been able to grow crops, that they're probably not going to be able to feed the chickens. And then the way I see it too with like the horse, obviously the horse has food over here. When it runs out though, we're going to keep the horse. There is prairie grass all around here. I'm not going to get rid of the horse. I'm also not going to get rid of the dog. Just going to let him sleep. We are going to need to make more stew. Let's have Isolde go ahead and do that. I think Lucian actually has wood. Yeah, he can light this. Oh yeah, the other thing too is because with the traveling roles, like, it would make sense that's like, okay, well, if that's the rules, then just don't travel and then you don't have to roll for the risk. But my thinking with it is, we'll do some farmer's stew today. My thinking with it though is that like, it does, like, we have to get food somehow for them to be able to eat. I know technically I could just have them make gruel because you don't need ingredients for that, but like, I feel like they should have to go find ingredients. I don't think they should be able to make gruel if we don't have ingredients. Which means that when we need it, we may have to send one or two of them out to try and find some food so that we can eat. Which is when those travel roles, I think, would come into play. And also too, like, for example, Lucian, I mean, I don't know how much longer he's gonna be with us. The camera just pulled me over to Jacques, who is completely naked with no mosaic over him. Oh my god. Anyway, yeah, I don't know how longer he's going to be with us, but for example, like, I do have the override for the woodworking table, so he can't actually do any woodworking unless he goes to the forest to chop wood, which I think would be like when you would have to roll to see if there was if anything happened when he was traveling to go find wood. So that's what I'm thinking with that. Sybil, okay. There we go. Jacques, I just, I really need you to stop coming to my house without any clothes on. Or you're not going to be welcome back anymore. Wounded from feeling hurt by someone nearby. Who are you hurt by? That was rude. Hurt childhood sentiment. Isolde is rubber and Mark is glue. But words can still really hurt you. Isolde makes it easy to be mean, so it's not really Mark's fault, right? Does he have the mean trait? Like, what? Okay, so she does not like Mark. Because he was mean to her, and he was happy that he was mean to her. He's very aware he was mean. Well, in that case, I think we're just gonna go over here into the restroom and have ourselves a little pregnancy test. Okay, so it did say that Isolde is not pregnant, which is good. Oh, his energy bar was full and now it's like all the way back down. That sucks. Okay, well, after he's done eating, I am just gonna have him go to sleep. He's just really not doing very well. Father is unwell. Oh, she's thinking about diapers. Interesting. Oh, and she's very flirty. Oh, from crushing on someone nearby. Is that because he's here? She just knew that he was about to walk in the door. Okay. Oh, give Mayday gifts. Sure, we'll give you a common upgrade part for your Mayday gift. Oh, he liked it. Oh, thank you. It's beautiful. Ask about soulmate. Should we see if he has a soulmate? Ask a risque question. She's just full of questions. My goodness. Pickup line. Oh, mess around came up again. Should we do it again? Shall we? He hasn't found his soulmate yet. Well. Yeah, so I know I've been getting notifications about them getting sick. But like I said, I'm not rolling for them right away, because when I roll is when I would, like, if they do survive, I'm gonna take the illness off. So I just wait to see if they're gonna recover on their own, because they can recover on their own. Basically, after they're sick for a while, you get a pop-up about whether they are recovering or whether it's gotten worse. And at that point, if I get the one that says that it's gotten worse, then I'll roll. So, I don't think I've gotten any of those so far. Okay, so I lost some of my footage. It got corrupted, so we kind of lost, I think it was a whole day and a half. Have to double check on that, but we lost some of this year, and I'm super bummed about it because it's actually sort of important stuff that happened. So here's a nice picture of a noble toad while I tell you a story about what happened. So obviously just a little bit ago, Isolde and Tristan woohooed again. I did have her take a pregnancy test and she was not pregnant, so that's the first thing. Ursula actually aged up into a child, and I did roll for her and she survived her child roll, so she got to age up and she has her makeover. I will put her picture up on the screen, even though you'll like see her in a minute, but yeah, so she aged up, and for her birthday, all of the girls went over to the creek and they were swimming around in the creek and just playing and hanging out, and Sophie has been sick for a while and her energy got very, very low when she was swimming, and Sophie actually drowned. But also, like, it was because I think she was so sick and she swam out too far. And anyway, point being is that if you did not watch the rolls in the beginning to see who was going to make it through the famine and who wasn't, Sophie actually rolled to not survive. So that is what happened. So everyone's grieving and mourning for having lost Sophie, and I did not plead for her because when she was aging up into a toddler, I believe, she failed her death roll. So she has died before, but she was pled for, and Grimm spared her. And just because I have a rule that a sim can only be pled for one time, so the next time they die, I don't let anybody plead for them. So that is what happened with that. And yeah, there may have been, I think that was all that we missed. That was at least the main points. I don't know if there was any like smaller things, but yeah, so now we're just gonna go ahead and jump back into 1315 and see what happens for the rest of the year. Okay, so it is like 4 in the morning on the last day of the year. And I went ahead and I was trying to figure out what to do about the selling shelves, and I went ahead and put these ones in here, and it does work, so we can like actually put our stuff on there and set it for sale. So I'm hoping that will work. I also I went ahead and got our mead stuff back because at some point it just like disappeared from over here. So yeah. Also, I did go ahead and I closed my game and I took out deadly diseases because I had an issue. Are you riding my horse, Charlotte? That's my horse. Oh my goodness. So I had an issue basically where whenever it's happened before. It happened in my Hawthorne Legacy, and it also happened in this one at earlier on when I opened up the game to just try and set some stuff up. One of the Sims actually died. But the thing that happens with the deadly diseases, at least for me, I don't know that it could be just that the mod is conflicting with something else I have, or it's probably on my end. But when I have Sims die from the deadly diseases, when that's actually like the reason they die, the Grim Reaper never comes, and then I have to just like reset the sim, and then there's no grave or anything. So I don't want to deal with that. And I was scared because it happened when I came in here just to like set some stuff up. Oh, she's training our horse. Okay. So I took it out, but because I rolled for Lucian, I don't know. I'm trying to, I feel like we should have, because he was going to die from the disease. So I think we are going to go ahead and have him die from that. But I am going to plead for him. That's what we're going to do. And Lucian has been very sick this entire episode. So we are going to go ahead and have him, he's been very feverish. Mostly the girls that were sick, his daughters that were sick, were very like just sneezing and coughing. He was very, very, very feverish. So, and every time the feverish moodlet went away, it would like come back again very shortly. So we are going to have him do death by overheating. No. I don't want to do this, but I already put it in the rule. Oh. Lucian. Yeah, I would say he just had like his fever was way too high. And his body couldn't handle it. Isolde is very confident. I am wondering if that maybe would help the situation. He's found Lucian. Oh my gosh. Okay. Wait, now she's just fine as her main. Okay. Okay. Sigrid, let's have, Who's closest with him? I don't know if this matters or not, but who's closest with Lucian? Ursula? Lucia? Sigrid? I mean, they're all close. Okay, I'm gonna have Sigrid. Sigrid is going to come and regular plead for Lucian. I really... Come on. Stop playing archery. Okay, Rose? Ursula? Where's Ursula? Can you plead for Lucian? Somebody needs to plead. I don't care who it is. Preferably one of the children, though, would be great. Can Caspian plead? No, didn't think so. Okay, business is closed. We made 1,256 simoleons. Okay, hold on. Okay, 251 approximately. Whoops. So many things happening. Okay, somebody plead. Rose? Rose is in here. Rose, can you plead? Little macabre Rose. What? No! Lucian! No! No! Oh, no. I'm so mad. I don't know. We've had such good luck with Sims not dying. I really thought the pleading was gonna work. Oh my gosh. I don't even know what to say. No, I thought it was gonna work. Oh, this is a sucky famine. Where do I put this? Okay. Well, okay, because it's like my founding Sims right here. Lucian is here, Garrett is here, and then I think what I'm actually gonna do is put Iris over here with them. I am not pleased. Actually, I don't want to play anymore. Okay. Okay, because this was like the first 3 Sims I started with. So we have Garrett, we have Iris, and we have Lucian. Okay, well, we've lost 6 Sims so far. Well, I guess technically like 7, because Adelaide, but Adelaide died as a baby, so we don't have a urn for her. Okay, so I had a plan for if he wasn't gonna make it, but I really thought that he was. Okay, we need Marcel to come over. So Marcel was Mirabella's father, well, Mirabella's no longer with us, but this was my plan because Garrett is already gone. We do have like Isolde's grandparents, Thomas and Ida, but they're not really like, we don't see them that much, and they're also only related to Isolde, whereas most of our children are from Mirabella. Oh my god, I can't believe Lucian is gone. Anyway, I don't know why he's so angry. But the plan is that basically because Isolde is a teen, and also because it's the 1300s, like just there being a bunch of girls here with like no male basically, I think they're gonna have like the lord or whoever's in charge of the orphans, whatever, because they are orphaned now, is sending Marcel, he's the town blacksmith, but he has his apprentice Lorenzo, who is going to be staying at the forge with Delia, which is Marcel's wife, and then they have a daughter too, so they're all going to stay there. But they're basically sending Marcel to live here temporarily to take care of all the girls, like more so take care of the property, because all of the girls can kind of like, you know, take care of each other and take care of the younger siblings, but somebody's gonna need to take care of this property until Caspian can be old enough to take over. That, or he would stay here until one of the girls gets married, and then that girl and her husband can be running the farm until Caspian is old enough. Okay, well, this is Marcel Smith. This is Mirabella's father. So he's the grandpa to all of these children. And yeah, so I am angry. Okay, can you call your horse? Why is she over here? Okay, just come and talk, I guess. Talk to Moonlight and brush her coat. So Marcel is going to be living here, and actually I need to roll for him, and I need to see, because he's in our household now, I need to see if he is going to survive the famine or not. So I'm just going to quickly roll and see if he is surviving the famine or not, because he's in our household now. Oh, and he's not. Great. We have a curse on this family. Oh no. Okay. Well, he's here for now, taking care of them. We will see what happens with that. I think I'm gonna have them all. Let's have Lucia come light a candle. And mourn, and I'm just gonna have them all come down here and pay their respects to the dead. Okay, light a candle for Sophie and mourn Sophie. Oh, it's so sad. Well, Sigrid is just smiling back there. And Ursula lighting a candle for Sophie. Aww. I got all these candles down here. Oh, that's kind of sweet having those there. Okay, well, Marcel, so he has mastered blacksmithing. I don't really want to like set up a bunch of blacksmithing stuff here because I do have the mod for that, but because that's not like the main thing, I think what I'm gonna like the way I'm gonna signify that, so he's gonna be like helping tend the property and stuff. I think I will have him just work on like woodworking. We'll just say that's him working on blacksmithing while he's here. I think I'll probably also go ahead and have him get a job just so that he can be like leaving during the day, because we'll say that he's going back to the back to his home where his forge is to like work on stuff during the day. So we're gonna do that. Get him a blacksmithing job. I don't know why he's so angry. It just says angry, but there's no angry moodlet or anything like that. Okay, I think Marcel is kind of a really grumpy grandpa. Every time we've seen him, he's like either angry or he just like doesn't get along with anybody. Okay, so we're gonna do blacksmith. I think, oh, we'll give you this one, 16 an hour. All right, so he has a job. So he won't be here all day every day, but I feel like, so he's basically like, you know, when he's not working at his house, he's here and he's staying here overnight and everything, just to try and, you know, maintain the property and also keep everybody safe, because we're in difficult times right now. I think Isolde is in shock, maybe. Oh, Isolde is now the owner of the Wolfric Tavern. That is so cool. I thought we were just gonna have to restart the business if we wanted to do that, but it was passed on to Isolde. That's cool. Marcel is just hanging out in the treehouse. I'm just gonna kind of like, I'm not gonna play with him too much or worry about his needs for the most part, other than I guess when he's here I could have him go ahead and, like I said, work on some woodworking. He's gonna need to go into the woods and chop some wood. You haven't had your one meal of the day yet, I don't think. So, oh, we don't have a meal. Okay, so that's going to be Isolde's job for right now. I'm going to have her make something. We can just make a farmer's stew. Because it is now the end of 1315, which is kind of starting off the famine, I do think I'm going to let her go ahead and cook this. And then we're going to get rid of all of the food that we have, because we need to be following the rules. And the next year is about to be a little bit more dangerous, especially for if they travel anywhere. Okay, Ursula also dislikes. Oh, I said no. Okay, whoops. Okay, so she's gotten off the horse so that she can just walk herself home so she can go cook for everybody. That makes sense. Marcel has returned. Oh, he's a Pisces. Oh, well, of course he's grumpy all the time. I'm a Pisces. Okay, craft a sculpture. He doesn't really have the woodworking skill too much yet, so I will just have him kind of work on that. Isolde is almost back home. Alright, she's making the— oh my god, why is this laundry up here? Wait. Is it dirty? What is wrong with it? Yeah, dirty. Okay, I'm just gonna delete that. I should probably get rid of these baskets because they always set stuff in there and I always get irritated. And Tristan is here. I made a club with just him and Isolde in it so I could have him come over more easily. But we're going to go over to him and— oh, you are my favorite. I'm just gonna go talk to him a little bit. Talk about sunny weather. Okay. Do a sad try to flirt. Oh, they had like a bad— they're having negative interactions. That's interesting. I mean, that kind of makes sense. Maybe she kind of lashed out at him a little bit because she just lost her sister and her brother. Okay, go ahead and you can get a serving. I can't remember which one of them ate already today. I feel like it was probably Rose because both of their hunger is kind of up. I'm not really sure. What is happening to Mirabella? That is so creepy. The way she's going down the stairs. What is that? Why are you floating like that? Oh, then she scared her. Okay. They can become best friends. I feel like this is something more that Rose would do, like being best friends with the ghost, but it's fine. Okay, so that was an interesting first part of the famine. I am so sad that Lucian is gone. Actually, to be fair, something interesting that happened was that I did what I thought I was recording, and I did all the rolls for the famine, and then I realized I was not recording, so I didn't have the footage. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna roll again, make sure I'm recording. So the rolls that I had in the beginning were the second time doing that, because the first time it didn't record, and I went ahead and just like rolled again. In the first round that I was not recording, Lucian actually did roll to die, but then he didn't in the second one, but then he got really sick and he failed that roll. So I was like, oh, I feel like maybe that was what was meant to happen, but I am so sad about it. But I am going to go ahead and end this part here. In the next part, we are starting the second year of the famine, and there's going to be a little bit more risk involved with that, because if they travel anywhere, they're going to have to roll to see if anything bad happens with that. And I do have a very specific plan of what is going to be happening in the next episode. So thank you so much for watching, and I will be back soon with the next one. Bye!